Good morning, America. Look at me. I just rolled out of bed. I have my Paris cup that my mom got me. Thank you, mommy. And then the grand finale. Look who got an iPad for the first time as a 25-year-old. I'm so excited. Oh my God. I feel like I'm going to turn into an iPad kid because I absolutely did try and play a game on here. Girl, changed my life. Speaking of life change, we have a video of talking about changes when it comes to content creatorship. So hi everyone, it's Isabella here and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a very, oh my goodness, the second I saw this, I immediately knew I needed to react to it because I believe I have very good insight on the Jaclyn Hill situation. We are going to be talking about how Jaclyn Hill is under some fire right now for talking about not being able to connect with her audience. She's very confused on why, and I think it has a general conversation that I'd love to talk with you all about. So what we're pretty much going to do is react to what Jaclyn said when it comes to why she's confused, people are not engaging with her as much. We're going to talk about out-of-touch influencers. We're going to talk about the difference between a rich influencer and an out-of-touch rich one, and so much more. So before we hop into today's video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below so you'll be notified of every single video I post. Now, real quickly, I do want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video. Did have me on my iPad for like couple hours last night. It's snowing in Kansas City right now, and so it's technically like an off day for me. Today's vibe and on the agenda, reading my book, snuggling up, and following my cozy gaming ritual, which, fun fact, Love and Pies is a part of that. So if you guys are new here, Love and Pies is a cozy mobile game that follows a single mom named Amelia on her journey to rebuilding her cafe after a mysterious fire. The whole concept is you merge ingredients to make tasty treats for customers, and with these treats you receive tips that allow you to upgrade your cafe and rebuild it. Uncover mysteries, meet the cutest characters, and it has an amazing story with a romance arc, plot twists, drama, and so much more. And right now, they're launching something super fun, which is their brand new sticker album Winter Tales event. It's a limited time feature where you guys can collect beautiful illustrated stickers, all created by real artists, by the way, and fill out theme album pages to earn rewards. And this is the only event, by the way, where you can unlock the exclusive Joker booster. Now, this game is good for everyone, but for my fellow craft girls out there, it feels like a digital scrapbook. And for my cozy gamers, the event is such a winter escape. So if you want to download and play this cozy comforting game with me, go to the link in the description below or scan the QR code on the screen to download Love and Pies for free today. And for an exclusive gift, you guys also get 200 energy and 50 gems on top of that. Thank you so much to Love and Pies for sponsoring today's video, and now I'm gonna go get back to it. So Jaclyn Hill, for example, longtime beauty creator, if you guys do or don't know, she has been on YouTube for quite some time, making makeup tutorials, and then has expanded onto short form content like Instagram and TikTok. So she is on a multitude of platforms, and she has had a wide variety of controversies. For example, we highlighted when she had her, I think it was like a pajama brand, something like that. Also the controversy surrounding her lipsticks and just the problematic business practices that she has followed. So to sum it up, and this is just my opinion, but I do think that Jaclyn Hill has had somewhat of a practice with some unethical aspects in business, but also a lack of accountability. So she posted up recently a video that was discussing the aspects of why she feels like people are not connecting with her as much anymore. And this is on TikTok and it's kind of blown up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the videos and we are going to fully deconstruct absolutely everything because this is a deeper issue that I don't think people have talked about enough and the source behind why people have a disdain for this kind of bullshit. So let's get into the video and let's watch.
About something that I feel like maybe is a little controversial, maybe not, but I feel like no one really talks about it on social media. At least I don't see this conversation being had. But I think about this every day, and this is coming from like an old school beauty content creator. I started on YouTube 14 years ago. Like, that is insane. I have been here for every single era, consistently uploading, downloading every new platform, like watch the birth of TikTok, you know, like I remember when Instagram became a thing. I was already on YouTube when Instagram became a thing, and I downloaded Instagram, and like it was like this new app and we were posting the square photos. Like, I've been here for all of it, and I feel like we are in such a weird place on social media as content creators where I am like fighting. I feel like I am like trying to run through mud to connect with my followers at this point.
Huge disclaimers here. I don't know everything. I have a lot of experience in this as I am a full-time content creator. And again, I could be wrong on some things, but the consistent pattern that I have realized as someone who has 2 YouTube channels, a podcast, Instagram and TikTok, and I am looking to expand further, is connection is very, very important. Community is a huge aspect when it comes to content creatorship, and some creators completely lack it. So for example, when we saw the rise in certain content creators in 2020, and then some people are like, wait, what happened to those that influencers? influencers. It's because they had no community. And actually, interestingly enough, I'm going to give a little bit of a backstory just so you guys can understand the behind the scenes process of it as someone who does a lot of her stuff completely by myself. I cannot express to you how much I have been like practically exhausting myself. And I'm so serious on this. I know that kind of sounds silly for videos, but I'm dead ass. I have been really busting my ass every year, and specifically this one, to lock in and plan 2026. And the reason why I've been doing that, and I do that every single year, is because I like structuring how my year is gonna go, but how my work is gonna flow, and like check myself. And I now have, this is the first year I have multitude of platforms to this extent. I am making sure that I have a very clear balance of connection and content that involves me. So there's a term that I've seen some people in the influencer or social media industry use, which is selfish versus selfless content. You have to make sure that you have a balance of that, because of course, like when you're talking about yourself or you're doing something online, like there's an aspect of it that's going to be selfish, or you highlight that's happening in your life, right? And that's not inherently wrong, but you have to have a balance of both. And you also have to be able to connect and be a real human to people, and people are going to feel that on the camera, right? Like people are going to actually connect. Like one of my top comments, best thing ever, is you have a fat ass, just kidding. I'm funny, thank you. But second of all, I have been told a lot that I feel like I'm talking to y'all on FaceTime, like we're hanging out. That is the best thing I can ever hear. I'm so serious. And that is actually, fun fact, not hard to do. And some of y'all might be like, well, maybe it is. It's not if you are a seasoned veteran in this and you know what the you're doing. And if it is hard, something is wrong with you, not your audience. And that's, I'm going to blatantly say that as someone who has a job online for this.
I feel like there are so many bots, and I feel like these apps are now controlling who views my videos. And I feel like I get punished and penalized for not showing up and creating all the time. In the sense of, I took off, like I didn't post a TikTok, I think for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, maybe. Like, sorry, shit, life happens. I've been doing this for 14 years. Maybe I'm a little burnt out, God forbid. But then I come back to TikTok and it's like I'm put in like this TikTok jail where...
Okay, so I actually want to say something, and this might be a little bit funny, but I actually don't believe in the concept of TikTok jail. I don't. I think things happen with chance and opportunity and consistency. Now, two things I want to discuss when it comes to the conversation that Jaclyn Hill is having. So she says that she's been doing this for 14 years, right? I've been doing it for 9. Not as long as her, but regardless, over a decade for her, close to a decade for me. I'm going to tell you right now, someone who's been doing this for 9 years now, I am now finally looking to hire a team to help me edit. I have been literally editing multiple videos on multiple platforms, planning it all, researching it all, doing absolutely everything. I just have a social media manager that helps me with brand deals, and now she's actually helping me with some content ideas. But truly, majority of my career, everything has been me. Whereas with Jaclyn, she had a massive exploding moment, right? And she had amazing success. She was rolling in fucking money. So my problem with this is you have a shit ton of resources that some people do not have. You have money to hire people. You can talk to individuals in this industry, individuals in PR. You can hire people to assist you. This should not be as hard as you're making it out to be. And this is why I lack sympathy for larger creators who quote fall off, because I see a lack of effort. Every fucking time without fail, if I scroll through a page, I can find the problem. And I'm like, oh, well, you lack community. Oh, well, you stuck on the same content. Like, no shit, you're gonna flop. You didn't do anything unique. Oh, well, you only pop up when you want to sell something. Duh, people are gonna feel that. So when I see somebody with a platform like this, do I hope that they figure it out? Yeah, but if you are 14 years into the game and you are like, gosh, I feel like I'm fighting a battle, that's something I would hear from a smaller creator, not someone who has been there, done that, and should have ample amounts of resources to make said content. Because this is incredibly frustrating, and to me does kind of feel out of touch. Like a couple grand a month for an editor team for her is gonna be nothing. It's gonna be absolutely nothing. So that shouldn't be the issue. Hiring a social media manager to help work with her on what kind of content to make to relate to said audience should not be difficult. So when I see somebody who doesn't need to exhaust themselves for work and could have like the back office hard stuff like editing done for them, my sympathies are incredibly low. Because if my small, again, not trying to suck my own left titty or anything right here, but if my random goofy ass is somehow able to do this all by herself and is only now looking into hiring out because I literally need to, I don't have any sympathy for you. This is self-inflicted at this point.
My views are complete shit. No one is seeing, like, it's one thing if my engagement is shit, meaning like maybe my views are high, but my comments are low and the likes are low. It's like, okay, so my audience wasn't feeling the vibes of this video. That's fine. But I'm talking like when you have 1 million followers, but your videos are only getting 30,000 views, this is just not the way it used to be. Like,
again, I'm going to say something, hot take here. You are having that, you need to self-evaluate. Every single time that has happened to me, I have always gone, okay, well, what can I do? Every single year, every single quarter, and every single month, I do a certain level of analytic studying. And what I like to do, and what I encourage any person who's we talk to you about creatorship, I encourage them to look over their numbers, what they're doing and why. Is there a pattern? Because there's always a pattern when it comes to your analytics, all the information that you're given with your work, etc. And you're able to learn from that. And so you go and be like, okay, well, these videos flopped. Why? Do I need to keep going? Have I really utilized this idea enough? Or are people not perceiving it well because they just don't like it, right? And that's not to say that you need to just self-sacrifice and not post anything that you like, but that also means that if you choose this career, you need to make sure that you're understanding of what resonates with an audience, because you might change, but your audience may still like some things a little bit differently. So you have to have that balance. This year, I was sitting going through like, all right, let's go through every platform. Let's see how these videos are performing. What's a common comment? What are people engaging with? Do they like this? Does this feel fun? Do I balance aesthetic with reality? How can those two intermingle? If you don't sit back and reflect on your content, you're gonna have some and flop-tinas. You're gonna have some moments where things aren't gonna go well because you don't reflect. And one thing I'm gonna do is actually, we're gonna look through a couple of Jaclyn Hill's past content pieces on TikTok so I can show you literally the problem, because it's very obvious to pinpoint the problem that she's calling out, because she's almost like blaming other people for the fact that like, oh, well, it must be the app. It must be something else. You need to reflect as a creator and realize that some of this shit is you. Some of this shit is you, because every single time I have been like, something is up, and mind you, there's some things with algorithms you cannot control, but after a while, there's a pattern that you are not recognizing. Getting a scratch? Good job. Sorry, she's taking a nap and had to take a scratch break. So this is pissing me off.
When I started, it was so organic. Like, you subscribed to the people that you liked, you opened up those apps, or you got a notification on your phone saying so-and-so just posted a video, you go, you engage with it, and like, it was that simple. Now it's like, I put videos out there and sometimes I just feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm like,
okay, bingo, there you go. That's your problem. You are talking to yourself because your content is not catered around other people and things that are going to interest them. Now, a second problem that I want to call out is this is not like a creator that is growing from the ground up. This is somebody who had a pre-established platform. And what I mean by that is, like, let's say, for example, some of these really like big YouTubers, sometimes their followers will trickle over from YouTube and go on to TikTok or Instagram. And sometimes that will create some level of growth on there. So it allows for a boost of content. That's why, like, I always plug my stuff, because I'm like, you might find something really interesting on my other platforms that has nothing to do with this topic, right? You are able to have a pre-established reputation already, and if people really enjoy your content, they may like you somewhere else too. So it shouldn't be this hard. If you knew what you were doing, or sorry, respectfully, put in effort, you would be able to harness this and grow. But if you already have had people that say that they loved you and you drop off so hard, there's clearly something wrong, and we're not looking inward and asking the right questions, and this is where it feels out of touch.
Where is my audience? And it's just, I feel like my audience is really on Instagram stories. Like, my girls are there for me on Instagram stories. Like, I really know who I'm talking to over there, but I miss the days of knowing who I'm posting my content for. And
ooh, okay. You should know that already. When you're a content creator, and this is something that I've just learned, it's similar to when it comes to just regular marketing and sales. It's literally embodied in all of that. You need to focus on a couple things: your target demographic, what they like, what they know, and gaps in the said market, aka how you can stand out. So for me, I have an age range that I know of that usually is the one that consume my content. That's not the everyone, but I have a typical demographic that watches my content and consumes it. I can relate to that a lot. I know what a lot of people can connect to, and you know who you're trying to connect. That's actually a part of like what people are like social media managers will encourage creators to do. It's like, what's your why? What are you doing this for? Who are you? Like, who do you picture behind the screen? How are you connecting to them? How do you make people feel welcome on your platform? So you should know this already. And again, this pisses me off for someone who's a seasoned veteran over here that's like, God, I don't know who I'm posting to. You don't know that already? Huh? This sounds like some very, very like newbie shit.
I'm just like, how do like these new creators grow at this point? Like, Do the new creators out there, do you guys feel like you're connecting with an audience, or do you just feel like you're kind of throwing your videos out?
Yes, I feel like I connect with my audience because I'm very, very real on here. So actually, fun fact, I have a Notion template. I got a big old, my manager's probably exhausted with how many notifications she get because I've been filling out content ideas all throughout the entire year. And one thing I've been doing is literally looking over and be like, how does this help somebody? Or how does this entertain? Like, and I have a genuine, I shit you not, a pattern that I'm going to be following every single week on Instagram and TikTok to keep that going, to balance the things that entertain me with things like that also entertain my audience, for education, all of these things. So, and also, I just have firm belief that I got it. Simple as that. I'm not going to be like, oh, it must be the audience problem. No, I need to understand my audience better. That's my job. That's what's a part of being a content creator. And I'm very glad to hold my pink iPad and say that, okay? So if she's like, how do other new creators do it? Girl, I'm not worried because I know my shit, because I know who I am, my goal, my motive. If you don't and you've lost the plot and you have this many resources to your disposal and you're not using them, this is called natural selection, babe.
The cyberspace and like hoping that it's gonna stick. Like, I don't know. And like my comments, like I'll post a video and within 10 seconds, I'll get like 15 comments and they're all slightly the same. And I'm like, okay, so like these are like bot comments, like these aren't really my followers. Like, I don't care about that. I'm at the point in my life and in my career where like I only want to post for my girls, like the ones that I've built this relationship and this trust with. But like,
let's stop right there. Jaclyn, respectfully, you have damaged some levels of reputation, respect already with the people that you had that were your girls. This is why when you're a creator, you need to acknowledge shit and fix it and show actual change. Otherwise, this is the kind of stuff that's going to happen. And also, like, two things can exist at the same time. I know most content creators can like generate a established, like, diehard audience where quite literally no matter what they do, they're going to support. If you're losing them too, that's a huge red flag. But also, this is what happens, when you don't make sure to acknowledge your wrongs, correct them, and be very adamant about change. But additionally, also making content that's not just about you and isn't just like, well, I bought this today, so this is why. No shit, people are not going to engage with it.
TikTok isn't even showing my stuff to those people. So I'm like, I don't know. It's like these apps control who sees our stuff, and like the audience that we worked hard to build isn't even ours. It's owned by these apps, and we just have to like hope and pray that after posting our content, these apps are going to choose to show our content to our audience who chose to follow.
But social media shifts slowly. So for example, some of the OG beauty influencers aren't making exactly the same content. And that's a natural aspect of being a content creator, is there is going to be a slight shift. Like, I am not making the same content that I was years ago. You kind of develop and find how you fit into the new realm of social media. I found out like, okay, well, this is changing and these apps are doing well. How do I fit? And how do I stand out? How am I different compared to other people? And how do I make myself like stand out in the best way? That's the creative process of being a content creator, is finding that out. So if you are not sitting here and you're constantly blaming somebody else for this problem, you are a part of the problem. You're not shifting with the times. If you don't adjust and grow with your business, which any business requires, you're going to fail. And also, respectfully, this is a direct reflection from her own business practices. There was no shift, there was no adjustment, there was no progress or development. And this is going to sound mean, okay? And I'm not trying to sound mean. But if you are genuinely just, I grew, I made it, that's it, you are going to fall off and you're probably a lazy creator. If you're sitting here going, well, I got like a couple million followers, or I've made million, I'm fine. No. Oh my God, you think that's gonna last? No, you have to have some level of progress. And when you're making this much amount of money, your workload should not be this crazy, because you can outsource to allow you to have fun with it and focus on the fun creative process and not the hours of back office work. I don't have sympathy for this.
In the first place, I'm just so confused, and I don't see a lot of people having this conversation. This will probably put me in TikTok jail for like the next 6 months. So if you see me, hi, I love you and I miss you.
Okay, so that video blew up and a lot of people were like, girl, this is why you are out of touch. You post this stuff, like no one will connect to you. And I agree, but I want to show you guys a couple of examples of what I'm talking about, because let's look at some of her past content. This is a video that she posted up not too long ago. Let's see, what is the content that she is connecting with people over?
So I've decided that I want to start eating caviar in a much more casual way. I literally can't stand myself sometimes.
And that's enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. I'm done. I give up. That was my dirty sock, by the way. Wow, guys, I'm so confused. Wow, I'm so confused. No one gives a fuck about what I do. Riddle me this, Batman. You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me? God, I don't know why people don't connect with me. Hi guys, get ready with me as I eat caviar on chicken nuggets. No one gives a fuck. We'll keep watching. We'll see if she does anything else. Let's see if she does something else.
Going around where you try caviar on McDonald's chicken nuggets. I saw Avery do this and I'm like, I have to know. I have to know. I personally love caviar. I had it for the first time in like 2019, I think. And me and Jordan, we now do like caviar and champagne nights together. We like set the mood and light the candles. It's just like something that we do. It's one of our date nights and I love it. But the idea of eating caviar on a chicken nugget, especially a McDonald's chicken nugget, I'm like, oh.
Okay, so respectfully, this goes on for 1:20 and I don't give a rat's ass. I'm clocked out already. And a couple of reasons why is because there's not a balance between luxury and connecting with people. And I want to highlight something. There's a creator by the name of Jaclyn. I love her with all of my soul and flat ass, okay? Like she's literally, I love her dearly. She is a beautiful example of connecting with your audience, but still living an amazing, luxurious life. So she is an example though, where she'll talk about real problems. She will connect with her audience. She is a beautiful example of how you stay connected to people. And I love her for that. So if you're ever curious about a phenomenal example of balance between luxury and connecting with individuals, there you go. Because at the end of the day, this problem, it's not about having a luxury lifestyle. I don't actually think people are offended by if you're successful and well off. I mean, there's going to be some people who are just mad at everything, but the majority of logical thinking people, I don't think are genuinely angry at the idea of somebody having money. They're more distasteful at the fact that you are out of touch or don't connect, aren't actually thinking of them. Like you're only, honestly, like you're treating content like, here's a webcam, you're watching me be rich, instead of, I am rich, but here's a bunch of other shit that I do. Here's other aspects that I'm connecting. There are many content creators out there where you know that they're doing well, but they're so relatable and fun that you just don't give a shit, right? And with talking about money and with talking about being a content creator, there's a way that you do it, right? There's a way and a balance of approaching these topics. And you're not doing enough to connect with the people, they're not gonna give a fuck. So next video, let's look at her next one.
Hi, okay, I need your help. I did some online shopping and I bought 2 designer bags, okay?
Girl, oh my God, see, bag hauls will not be a problem. Again, if you make content that connected with the regular audience, bags are not the issue, right? Mama, I wanna drop a bag on 2 bags here once I'm debt free, okay? Guys, I bought all of this shit. Why do you not care? If that's all you post is hauls, rich people hauls, caviar on chicken nuggets, what are you doing to connect with the people? How are you relating to them, right? There's nothing substantial here that's making people connect. And this is how influencers will fall off. They forget, they hit a level and they go, I've made it. No, you haven't, because you need to sit there and remember that every piece of content you make is going to connect with somebody. And it's either going to connect with a good way or bad way.
Hi! Let's do a Sephora haul. I have not.
Enough. Get it out. Bonk, 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 bonk. Let's do a Sephora haul. Let's talk about my designer bags. Let's talk about caviar. You genuinely expect people to give a rat's ass about you? What? Like, the entitlement is insane. That is incredibly disrespectful to me. Be like, it must be the TikTok app. There's no way it could be me. Dude, every single time I'm like, it's probably gotta be me. Let me see what I'm doing. Every time I'm like, okay, well, let's reevaluate. Maybe I'm not following something. So like I said, those are just the past 3 videos that she has posted up on TikTok alone. When you are only showing up on social media to simply sell something and not also offer more value, people are gonna get the ick. When all you're doing is becoming an Amazon influencer, only posting hauls, only doing that, people are not going to feel connected. And one thing I wanna say is there are some creators who will avoid the other content that takes more effort because it takes more risks. So what I mean by that is like a sit down, get ready with me, or something that requires more connection, because sometimes that may not drag in a lot of views. Like, respectfully, from what I've learned, certain content I know is not going to pull in a certain amount of views. But what I do know is the 3,000 people are going to love it. And I would much rather put in effort into something that somebody's going to care about and resonate with than anything. And it sounds like you're doing a disservice. You feel entitled to people's time and viewage. Earn that shit back. That's what builds trust and reputation. But when you're not willing to put that work in, you just want to be like, made another purchase on my credit card, here you go. This is insane. So she had a lot of people that were pissed off. I mean, I'll flash up some comments. They were not happy about this. So here's her response video to what's going on.
Hi, so I posted a TikTok yesterday, and in this TikTok, I was talking about just being a content creator for the last 14 years and how I've watched these apps just change, and how I really feel like TikTok specifically like punishes you for not posting. And then like if you don't post a video for a week or 2, they put you like in TikTok jail, is like what I consider it, and they don't show your content to your audience. And the comment section has taken such a turn, and I'm listening. Like, I've been laying here in bed for the last 30 minutes reading these comments, because when I first posted the video yesterday, the comment section kind of went a different direction. And at first I was like, wait, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not talking about like my content. I'm talking about the app. But now there's like, I think 2,000 comments. And I'm like, okay, my ears are open. I'm listening. I'm reading your comments. You guys are saying that like you're sick of the influencer era. You're sick of the shit. You're sick of the luxury. And so my question to you guys is like, what is it that you want to see? Like, I started this 14 years ago when I was literally on food stamps, broke as hell. I had no clue that you could make a dime doing social media.
Okay, but that's the thing, is some people can come from nothing and then make a shit ton and completely forget where they come from. Right there is what a lot of people get icked out by. Some people suddenly act like they've never been broke in their life. They've never, like, they don't connect to people. It's like they're on a different level and they're so untouchable. And that's where some of the distastefulness comes in. And I'm sorry, but with the way that those videos were worded previously, it wasn't like a, hey, I'm noticing something, like, let's talk about it. It still felt out of touch and gross. And again, like, the answer's right there. That's what killed me. The answer is so obvious, because the problem is you, Jack. Sorry, girl, it is. It's not anyone else but you. It's not the apps, and there's only so much you can blame the fucking apps for, because I see tons of creators who are blowing up and have incredible engagement. So I want to continue on and show you guys again, just to further prove my point about how I don't think there is enough selfless or engaging content that Jaclyn is posting on TikTok. So for example, we see some of the more recent videos now. These are like dumping out products that she's had for a while, you know, and while that could be fascinating and entertaining, it's not really providing. We have a family dinner, then we have a brand partnership, another brand partnership, no big deal. Then we have the caviar video that I showed you guys. Then we have unboxing an iPhone. And then next we have the, you know, talking about the designer bags. Then right after that, we have a recipe video, which, okay, that can provide some value. I love that kind of stuff. I love cooking content. And right after that, actually, we have a relatable one. Then we go into a partnership. Now notice the date is 10/2, so October 2nd. It's currently December 8th. So that's not exactly a lot of content to be posting in that amount of time. And quite frankly, if you are able to strategically pre-film, that should, personally, if you're a full-timer and you had a lot of help with anything, that should be no problem. So again, this is a very simple scroll through, and I'm already pinpointing why some people are not engaging. It's because there's a lack of mutual content. Because also, at first, she wasn't genuinely listening. Some of her comments were like, oh, well, I mean, but I do giveaways, guys. I mean, I do giveaways. I donate some of my stuff. Holy timeout, flag on the play. What do you mean? I'm not out of touch. I give money away. Big whoop, so do I. We have raisin oatmeal chocolate chip. What cookie do you want, Jack? I'm sorry, but like,
Yeah, I genuinely started it for the love of it. I just loved beauty. I loved talking beauty. I loved recommendations. I loved teaching beauty. I just loved the community with other women. Like, I worked at MAC Cosmetics at the time, and
so why are we not doing something connected to that? Because I see beauty influencers blow the foot. Like Shelby Ann, I believe, is another creator. She blew up for her like makeup and like foundation, or like her base routine, her makeup routine. It looks like a live filter. It's incredible. Her makeup is flawless. I bought some products because of her, and I was very happily, drugstore purchases, amazing. She's blowing up. She literally is doing incredible, and she has beauty. That's her main focus on TikTok. I'm so confused. It's like she's acting like there's a gun being held her head of, I can't do this now. There's a meme where it's like there's a bird and it looks like it's in a cage, but there's only 2 bars in front of it. It's like this. Meanwhile, there's an entire open space around it. This is what's happening right now.
freaking loved my job. I loved it. I still have dreams that I work at MAC. Like, I loved it. I love just like talking about beauty products with other people. I love it. Anyways, with that being said, like, the only reason I'm still here is because of you guys, because of the community. If you're not enjoying what you're seeing, I 100% want to know. I want to shift gears. 100%. So my ears are open. I would love to hear what you guys want to see from me specifically. That's the only...
Okay, now I want to say this, and maybe this is just me, but from what I have learned doing this for a living is you can't just always keep asking and asking for your audience to tell you what they like, because they do tell you one way or another without them blatantly saying it, with your engagement, with your views, with the comments. Again, like I said, analytics, you can pull from the data and learn from the patterns of your audience and realize, oh, okay, I should be doing this, or maybe they're not liking this, or I need to try it. You're not doing anything that may take a risk. You're staying in the comfort because that's all you want to to do that's not doing anything right now. You're seeing it, but you're not listening. You were just vocalizing, your views were pretty damn low. That should be a telltale sign something needs to be changing. You are automatically trying to blame an app for the problem instead of going, maybe I should reflect.
Point in this for me, you know, like I just want to have fun with you guys, and that's it. So like, please let me, it looks like I have a mullet right now. Let me and my mullet know what it is that you want to see from us.
Jaclyn has done this many a time. So it's like, what do you want to see? What do you want to see? And then people ask and then she doesn't do it. Because then all of a sudden it's, I'm going to pop up on YouTube. And then it's like, well, I'm not going to do this anymore. Or I'm going to post up more hauls. And it's like, there's like listening and then there's not like really hearing what people are having to say. And so what I'd like to kind of do to wrap up this video is there is a way to do it right and do it wrong. And when I see other people who have so many resources to their disposal and they're not utilizing it, I get so upset because how in the hell are you not eating it up in the social media game? When you literally have people who are in tune and can help you, can help edit, can do so much, there is no excuse at this point. I don't have any sympathy. And do I want her to figure it out? Yeah. Do I wish her the worst forever? No. This is the kind of stuff that people are talking about. And this is only just another like manifestation of what people have been highlighting in a video, okay? Where she is not paying attention to people. And that is a part of the game. And that's why I love it. I love this shit because I'm like, this is like a little puzzle I gotta figure out. What's the thing that I'm going to learn today? What's the thing that I'm gonna do? Because there's always a lesson, right? There's always, what can I learn from that video that flopped? What can I do and how can I grow and become the best of the best? And maybe I'm just doing things a little bit crazy, and I could be because I am a little bit nuts when it comes to my planning. Every part of it also comes down to self-reflection from my part. So I just don't understand creators that don't do that and don't sit back and consider their work and how they approach these things. And if you're gonna ask, listen. If you're going to do this, actually put in effort. If you're not willing to create and adjust with the times of content creation, do not do this then. I have no sympathy. And what kills me is she has the opportunity to make changes, but I don't know if she necessarily will. And if she's going to, then she needs to talk to people. She needs to connect and reconnect with individuals and hire people who know how to do this better so she could pretty much retrain her brain. Because if she's not seeing it, then I don't know if anyone telling her is going to do anything. Because like how can you not see it? I don't know. Regardless, my point still stands. There is a way to be a very successful, rich influencer while simultaneously balancing out great content that can engage with people and be really fascinating. And I think that people need to remember to go back to their roots and also know that there is a way to do both. And if you're not finding it out, you need to ask for help. But if you're not asking for help, then you are shooting yourself in the foot there. And I don't know what to tell you. So that was it for today's video. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to check out the sponsor in today's video and the link in the description below. I don't know about Miss Jack Attack, but buckle up because this iPad is getting used and abused for planning for next year. And y'all are going to be in love. That's what I'm going to say. We're going to have fun. All right, that's it. I'm going to go put some concealer in my under eyes because I'm looking tired as hell. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.